What up, YouTube? Rise Up challenges 11 through 25. Now, one of the things you want to try to do is block these triangles before they start flying up. That's one of the best ways. I kind of messed it up and sent them flying over there, but most of the time when you set it up like that, you don't get the stuff falling down on you, and you don't end up losing any balloons. I tried out this way for beating this level, this stage of the game, trying to get past all of those vertical lines, and that seemed to work out pretty well. I definitely try out my same strategy. And then I just like to wiggle the shield back and forth to get rid of all of these. I didn't do it too well. I was trying to get into the groove of moving the shield around for that particular level, but let's move on to number 12. I cut out a lot of ads. There's an ad at like the end of every single one of these challenges, so get used to watching ads. I cut them out so you don't have to worry about them. But yeah, level 12. This one wasn't too bad. I wouldn't really worry too much about this one, as long as you're good at being able to swipe back and forth. That middle section was actually pretty challenging to get the little hexagons to go in the little spaces they were supposed to go. But this part right here, I really like doing this part where you can just wave the shield back and forth and knock everything off the screen. That part's not too hard at all. And that is stage 12. Moving on to stage 13. Now for stage 13, I am not a big fan of this. I actually really messed it up the first time and got one of those shields caught on the, those little rectangular shapes. I got one caught on my shield and I actually ended up launching it into my balloons. So you got to watch out. Don't get your shield hooked onto any of the shapes on here. That can get you messed up. Of course, that next section was pretty easy. The balls that are over here are kind of lined up, so it's easy to try to just go in and knock them off before they become a problem. Of course, they can end up doing this and still being a problem all the way to the end. I wonder if I had let that ball go, if after I completed this stage, it would still pop the balloons or something. But anyway, preemptive strike again, trying to get rid of these balls and these lines before they have a time to start moving and messing with me. I didn't do it super well, but all of these I wasn't doing too many times. Someone actually told me in the comments that I didn't have to do anything to these triangles, that we could just go right on through. But that wasn't exactly true for the challenge mode. The one balloon on the side got hit, so if you want to survive all 3 balloons, you got to find a different way to go through that triangle section. Now, all of these but the last 2 stars will just come straight down, so you just have to worry about the middle one. But the last 2, they'll all 3 come at you, so that's one of the ones you kind of got to worry about. I kind of keep it down there and getting ready for those last 2 rows of stars to get rid of all 3 of them. And you can kind of mess this one up pretty early by going up to the top and just shaking back and forth and getting rid of them before they get really close. It's a good way to take care of that part of the stage. And I didn't really do it here, but one of the better ways to beat this stage is to just focus on one side and make sure that the balls don't touch, because that's how, when the balls touch is when they fall straight down and hit the balloons. This part's not too bad, just wave back and forth. I like these parts where you can just kind of knock everything off the sides of the screen. Going on to stage 16. All right, stage 16. I really don't like the X. I tried to find a way to use the X in order to beat this part of the game and get through all these little balls, but the X just ended up always getting in my way and causing lag and throwing the balls every which way. So I ended up just throwing the X right off. These ones are actually really, really annoying. Sometimes they'll just fly right around my shield even though I'll hit it, and they'll hit the balloons. I haven't had too much of a problem before, but for some reason in this challenge, they were pretty difficult. And this is pretty close on how you want to try to do that triangle launching up fireworks section of, knocking the triangles off and then worrying about those little lines. Now, you definitely want to use your shield for this that they give you. I have no idea how to get past not using the shield. One of the most... I died like 20 times trying to get past this stage, because then you try to get the shield off and it ends up hitting up here in the orange section, and then all these little octagon, hexagon, whatever things start getting in the way and messing you up. And I almost lost it here again, and I was like, just no more. I don't want to do that shield part ever again. But if you can think of a better way on how to beat that section that I have a lot of trouble with, leave a comment down below, and I might pin it so other people won't have as much problem with it as I did, especially on this challenge. I think there's one more challenge that does this. Going on to challenge 18. Now, it works really good with one balloon, this strategy. It didn't work too well with the 3 balloons of just holding the shield right there and kind of having it fall over it. But you only need 1 balloon to make it through in order to complete the challenges. So I didn't think that was too bad. I kind of messed up that middle one, but what you want to do for that section is exactly what I did on the first and the third, where you just move all the balls and stuff over to the side. And yep, there we go. I got I got my shield caught in with one of those little rectangular C shapes, and that messed me up. You got to watch out for that during these challenges, or even when you're just playing the game. Moving on to challenge 19, you got to get as far up ahead and beat these ones, or otherwise they're gonna not move fast enough and get out of the way. But if you can move up and kind of squeeze in between them as quickly as possible, you can get them out of the way, just barely in enough time. Trying to move everything here to the sides. Sometimes you get unlucky and they kind of mess with each other. That big ball does not fit through the top, so it's really hard to get that one out of the way. That one messed me up a couple times, but yep, just try to get it in the way here and, knock these ones off to the side as fast as you can before they have a chance to fall down and do the funnel and mess you up. Moving on, stage 19 done, up to stage 20. All right, for stage 20, I died a couple of times on this one trying to do this. I find it's easiest if you just wait till right at the end and then you launch all the balls up, so you have enough time to now just launch them off the sides when they start coming back down. It did create a little bit of lag, but it was pretty easy once you get it right, just that beginning stage, just right one time. So for these arc of stars, it's the same thing as some of the other ones, where you kind of gotta get it, see where they're coming and get in the way of them. There was a bit of lag that showed up right there. That was kind of weird, but we made it through anyway, and pretty easy. Those star arches were pretty darn easy. I think during the challenges, these shooters shoot a lot harder than they do during the normal game, because they kept launching my shield like out of the hole, which isn't something that happens during the normal game for me. And I just got rid of that X again. I wasn't going to worry about it messing me up like it did in the previous challenge over and over again. So just threw it right off the side. I think there's only 3 for every single one. I thought in the harder stages you might have to go through a few more things, but they do some of the harder stages here, like this tiny one falling like that. That was tough. I really thought for sure that I was going to mess that one up. I didn't actually. That was just my first try going through that one, actually. But no, this one took me a few times. These plus signs, it gets really annoying trying to figure out where these go. There's no real throwing them off to the side. There's all those walls, so they end up bumping into each other and messing you up. But you kind of just gotta keep an eye on where these ones are falling. They're like snowflakes, kind of. Just got to keep an eye on them and block the ones that are about to hit your balloon. Once again, you definitely have to use the shield for this. Mine almost got me right there. I got so lucky. You just do not want to get those things attached to your shield. That can really mess you up. Going on to stage 23. For stage 23, I think this one took me a couple times. I was kind of getting ready to block these ones on the side. You really don't have to worry about any of these except for that one and then this one that comes up right from behind. If you can get rid of those 2, then it's pretty darn easy. Everything else misses the balloons. Don't even mess with the rest of the spikes. You can just throw those things off to the side and that part, and then this is the tricky part again that tricks you by splitting up again. Unfortunately, I put it in the wrong place and I lost one more balloon. If you have a better strategy on this one, I'd love to hear it. Try it out. Definitely try it out first before you tell me that it's a good strategy, because if it's like the triangle cave thing where I just let it go and it got popped, I mean, that's not a good strategy because it didn't work that well. The big ball gets stuck between these two balls, so that gets really annoying. The small balls do kind of fall in between. This section here, I wish I could show you what it looks like. It's all these parts kind of split apart. But if you can just launch those other parts up here, and then, of course, everything just got messed up with this one. I hope you can kind of figure out what's going on in this one, but I just kind of had no real strategy for this one. Everything just kind of started coming apart, and I just had to play it by ear. You'll probably get a different experience when you play that one, because that was a kind of a weird stage for me. And this last one, this beginning part was so hard. I kept trying to like wait till they got to, smack together to like knock them off. But once I finally figured out that you could hit one side of them and then the other one wouldn't hit the balloons, that made it way easier. So if you're having trouble with that part in this last stage, definitely try doing that, just going for one side, and don't worry about the other side because it's not going to hit it anyway. And then it leads right after that to the plus sign section that I hate. But if you do it kind of carefully and move the plus signs off to the side, you don't have to worry about it too much. And I swear these are even blasting even harder than they were for the other stage before. But anyway, good luck. I'm Abram SF. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.